Hello everyone and welcome to the CEW Podcast. I'm actually recording this quite late at night, so apologies if I sound a little bit quieter than usual. I just haven't found the time to be able to do this, and I wanted to get this done as soon as possible so that it came out on the week that I wanted it to. So we'll start off with the usual, start off with the updates because, that's how we typically start off the podcast. Things are picking up. To put it bluntly, things are absolutely picking up. Things are on the up and up. Editing is starting to really pick up for the film. I've got a few weeks of having to just absolutely go ham on that process, and then it is all done. But obviously that is going to take up a lot of my time and a lot of my attention for the little bit, whilst I'm editing. So, that's kind of the main priority at the moment. And just life in general. I've been doing alright. Could definitely, once I'm done with all of this, I could definitely use a small break, which is why I'm trying to get out as much content as possible before Down in Flames, June 16th, because my goal is to try and make that thing, try and make that possible. We are going to try our damnedest to get that done. I'll keep it real. I came into this with no idea of what I was gonna do for the question, for the big topic, because there's been a lot for me and just core in general and wrestling and content and all of that. I guess the big thing would be the Mania week, which I'm gonna kind of go through a little bit here, but I think Mania week is probably the big thing, and just the amount of content that I pumped out. And I'm gonna be brutal. Some of it I'm not super proud of. Not the best content I've ever put out, but you know what, sometimes it happens and you've just got to move with it, and that's exactly what I'm going to do going forward. So I ended up over the weekend doing the stand and deliver predictions, the Wrestlemania predictions, ended up turning them into 3 shorts, and then there was the Sami Zayn video as well. So 6 videos in 2 days, and I recorded another one which will have already have been out by this time, but that wasn't to do with WrestleMania or anything. That was to do with the AEW situation that decided to spring itself on everybody mid-Mania weekend. We kind of, a lot of content, 6 videos, technically 3, turned into shorts. Am I proud of all of that content? Yeah. I wish I could sit here and tell you that I'm absolutely proud of every single thing I did over Mania weekend, but it was more just a case of I needed to get it out, and I needed to get it out quickly, and there were so many problems dealing with getting that much content out, and not the stress, but the pressure of trying to get it all done on time, and then the amount of issues that popped up. I definitely think I could have planned that a lot better. And I think if I'm going to go ahead and do something like that for a Mania weekend, or even just like SummerSlam or whatever, I definitely need to plan better from here on. And I think that is going to be the story of the content in general going forward. Because, at the moment, I'm just going to keep it a stack. I'm currently juggling YouTube. I'm currently juggling university and also editing the film, because whilst it is also a part of the university stuff, it's such a big thing in itself that I think, unfortunately, it was a case of biting off more than I could chew. And again, that's lesson learnt. That's something I can learn for next time. And yeah, like it's a difficult thing. It's really difficult to actually sit there and reflect and say, here's what could have been better. Like, it was brought to my attention that audio hasn't been the best. It's been a bit too quiet as of late, so I'm gonna try and make sure that that's louder. Because I edit on headphones, and it's so simple when you're editing on a pair of headphones to make things quieter because it's blaring down your ears. But you've got to turn it up a little bit because, at the end of the day, not everybody is watching on headphones. Most people are watching on TVs and mobiles. So, it's something I've got to learn. And I think this whole weekend and quite recently, it's been a very humbling experience for me, I think. Realizing that, I think I can do a lot of this content. And I can do a lot of this content. I've done a lot of this content. but I've got to realize that there are things I still need to figure out, and there's still stuff that I need to learn when coming up with ideas and, you know, putting them into practice and whatnot. And that's a part of the fun. That's something I love, is trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do and figuring out how to make it the best it possibly can be. I mean, look at how long it took me to get CEW to where it is today. It took me, 5 years on this channel, and then another year before that on another channel. It's taken me nearly 6 years to get CEW to where it's at. You know, like, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and I'm here and I'm trying to sprint at the beginning of the marathon, and I've tired myself out. So it's a chance for me to catch my breath, to think about it a little bit, and then to kick into next gear once I have finished editing the film. That's not to say that there won't be any content whilst the film is being edited. There is still content coming out. Obviously, this is coming out. There's a few Down in Flame videos. Massive shout outs to the people that have gotten me promos and whatnot. You're lifesavers, because it means I don't have to do promos. I just have to do a little bit of editing to, you know, kind of shut it off. Massive lifesavers. I thank you all. Major props to you guys, because I wouldn't be putting out half the content you're going to be seeing if it weren't for the people around me. Like, genuinely. You know, I know I rag on people being like, you know, if we all band together, but I mean that literally, man. Like, CEW, granted, it is really just a solo-led project with me, but now there are so many people involved, you know, so many people on the roster, so many people who want to be involved, and it's becoming more and more of a team project. It's me letting people into the passion project, it's me letting people into my ideas and, like, my world, essentially, and, you know, actively opening the doors to let them in, which is a very scary thing for me a lot of the time, but I'm glad I'm able to do that now. I don't know what's come over me over the past little bit, but, like, genuinely, it's a humbling experience. You know, having things not necessarily turn out the way you had hoped, and to hit roadblocks, and to have a weekend where you're like, this is going to be the time where I'm going to produce the best content and I'm going to smash it out the park, and it doesn't end that way. It doesn't go the way you want it to go, and, you know, instead of sitting here being like, I'm done doing all of this, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna learn from it, and yeah, hopefully, man, you're gonna be seeing some improvements. You're gonna be seeing a whole new, not a whole new, but you're gonna be seeing definitely a Byron and a channel that wants this, because I do want this. CEW news, there's not really a lot. Again, things are a bit slow in terms of content production at the moment. I have no idea what's come out before this. I have no idea what's coming out after this. Really, I know like a few videos that have come out, but I can give you guys the rundown of what's been announced on the Discord, because I don't think I've announced it on YouTube yet. But we do have news of the Intercontinental Championship match for Down in Flames. It will be a 6-man ladder match with Ryan Shamrock currently listed as the Intercontinental Champion, because we all know he's going to defend it a few more times. We all know this man is not waiting until Down in Flames to have another defense on the board. So, you know, hey, it could be Shamrock, it could be somebody else. We don't know, but there's going to be 6 people vying for that IC title, and it should be an absolutely great match. I've got that all planned out already, so I know who's going to be in it, and I'm very excited to get that match cooking, because I feel like it could be an absolute barn burner. Apart from that, you know, yeah, I guess it's a bit of a reminder, because we're kind of running low. Open challenge night submissions are still open. I will probably be leaving, I'll probably leave the links in a pinned comment. We'll see how that works. I'll leave them in a pinned comment. If you want to be a part of Open Challenge Night, it's currently the only way to have a core be showcased on the network at the moment. It is the easiest way as well. You get yourself a championship match. You get yourself a pretty solid match as well, because I always try and make people I always try and give people the shine that they deserve. As I said about like how I choose your cause, I always try and give you the shine that you deserve. It's a great way for me to see your core as well, because you never know. If I really, really like your design, if I really like what you bring to the table, and hey, if a lot of the audience are enjoying you, you might find yourself coming back. Even if it's not on a full-time basis, you might find yourself popping back up in a couple episodes of CEW here and there. So yeah, if you've wanted to apply, if you wanted to be on the show, that's the best way to do it. I guess that's the CEW news, and yeah, best not waste your time with anything that's not really worth mentioning. I've been Byron, this has been the CEW podcast, and yeah, that's it.